Hey, what's up guys, and welcome to Tan Tennis channel. And as we are moving toward the end of the year, I think it's time to sum up what's going on and for me to pick the best 5 rackets of the year. Just a disclaimer, this video is just my own opinion and based on my play style only. I know some of you guys may be like, why this racket and that racket and not on the list? Well, just to be clear, it doesn't mean the racket is not good if it's not on this list. But because I have limited time, I want to keep the video concise. So I will only choose 5 rackets that I like solely on my preferences. Okay, and this is my criteria. First, the racket needs to be released in 2023 or it has to be like 2023 model. Second, it will be a mid-plus racket, so basically 95 to 100 square inches head size, just because I think it's the range that most people use and it's what I'm used to, it's what I'm playing with. So yeah. And third, they need to have a wow factor that I tried firsthand and I was like, oh my god, I need to buy this one. But before we go to the court, again, don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Okay, the first one is the Bubblehead Pure Aero 2023. This is a classic trainer racket with 100 square inches head size and 300 gram unstrung weight 1619 string pattern. But Bubblehead made this version to be a more control, with string being more dense in the middle, not as open as the Pure Aero Rafa. And to be honest, I took a very long time to make up my mind which Pure Aero that I will go for in this video, because honestly, I like them all. The 98 is so good, while the Rafa is also very easy to play with and give plenty of topspin. But I think this 100 is probably the most well balanced, and a vast majority of players in different levels can use this one, so I ended up with the 100. Although the Pure Aero is a line that marketed for topspin, I think this version is very control oriented. Honestly, when I first tried it, I don't like it that much. You can see from the video a year ago, but that was because it was strung with the RPM blast and it's kind of dead. But after that, I tried with many string setups, the Hyper-G Soft, Turbo Line, Wasabi, and Restring Zero. And I was like, wow, this is so good, especially on Restring Zero that underlined the topspin feature of this racket and made it grabs the ball more and improve control. For Turbo Line and Restring Zero, if you're interested, you can use the link in the description for discount. Overall, I think the Pure Aero 2023 has one of the best control in the 100 square inch universe with 300 gram plus or minus. The racket is stable and can handle heavy ball pretty well. The thick beam gives it easy power, but totally controllable for my level. Spin is one of the best for sure. To sum up, I think the Pure Aero is the racket that can do everything pretty well, and it offers plenty of control. The things I don't like is the Bubblehead signature hollow feel, but that can be solved with Restring Zero, and the beam that is thick and weird, which makes the racket a bit slow on the take back and the swing. The second one on the list is the Wilson Shift 99, and this is a 99 square inch racket with a 300 gram unstrung weight. The special thing about this racket is that it has a 16-20 string pattern, so you can expect a bit more control with this string pattern. And it's very head-light compared to, other twinner rackets. Overall, this racket is so special because the racket can flex in a way that helps with the topspin. This is hands down one of the most spin-friendly racket in the market right now. I think it's even better than the Pure Aero or the Extreme Tour as well. The racket is very head-light and the weight is not that much, so it allows you to accelerate the racket head speed very easily. And although it's a spin racket, I think it still have that Wilson control feel, which makes it feels better than most of the power spin rackets in the market. The thing I like about this racket is that it's super maneuverable. Despite having quite a thick and round beam, it feels light on the hand and can move very quickly. It's a well-round frame that is suitable for many play style. It's very reliable on the baseline and very fast at the net. The high launch angle and topspin can give you better margin over the net, and on the attack, you can use the topspin to control the depth of the ball very easily. Another thing that is special about this racket is the serve. I think it's probably one of the best racket for service power and spin. Like I can bomb the first service and kick the hell out of the second serve. Very impressive. The thing I don't like is probably the directional control. I think it's good enough though, but it doesn't have that precision feeling that the control frames offer. I feel like I need to change my game a bit to target open space, and the rally is longer than just, shoot it, place it left and right like I can do on my Blade 98. Another thing is that I feel like I cannot hit the flat shot. Normally my two-handed backhand is flat, but on this racket it has a lot of topspin. So it's probably not for players who mostly hit flat. The next one is the Sulingo Whiteout 18x20, and this racket is so special in many ways, and I will tell you why. Basically, it's a 98 square inches racket with an 18x20 string pattern, so you would expect this racket to be a control frame that is better for flat shots, but surprisingly, this is a racket that is suitable for modern tennis. It can generate a lot of topspin, and it's very easy to play with, even easier than the Blade 16x19. This racket has a 22mm beam. I wouldn't say it's a very thin beam, but actually yes, if you compare this racket with other rackets in this video. So the racket is pretty much maneuverable for me and easy to move at any part of the court. I don't feel like it's slow like a pure Aero or anything. No problem in that regards. What I like about this racket, basically it's very easy control frame, like it can do literally everything and it delivers good outcome. It has plenty of power, not to the level of the pure Aero or the shift, but just a little below compared to most of the control frames in the market. In 98 square inches, I think this one will come out on top. And it's not like uncontrollable power because it can generate a lot of topspin, as I said. That if you hit with, topspin swing, you can definitely pull it in the court. The launch angle is a bit low if you hit through the ball, and that's what I don't like. But I think a lot of people will like it because it gives you an option to hit like both topspin high ball and a flat shot through the court with a little bit lower launch angle. And when you go for flat shot, it's totally in control thanks to the 18x20 string pattern. So I would say this racket is almost perfect for players who want to stay with a control frame but needs a little bit more power and spin without sacrificing any control. But you know me, I always give you guys pros and cons of every rackets. Like you would never see me just saying, oh, this racket is so good and you need to buy it now. Okay, for this Whiteout 1820, what I don't like is two things. First, the racket is firm, it has high stiffness, and with the 18x20 pattern, it's very string sensitive. So if you put a stiff string on this racket at high tension, it could be an elbow destroyer. So what I do is to put a thinner gauge soft poly on it at tension below 50 pounds, and it pockets the ball pretty well and it feels better. not as jarring. And the second, this racket is a string eater. I tried with probably like 5 different setups, and I think string tends to lose tension faster than on my other rackets. And most importantly, it becomes a bit launchy and kind of unplayable when the string loses tension. Because as I said, the racket has a very good power, and if string starts to like kind of locks up and not snap back, you will lose the spin and control, and that's the time when you start like shooting the ball out. It happens to me like when I play a match against my friend, and I was like, what is going on? Like, I keep shooting the ball out, I cannot get it on the court. Let's move on to the Percept 100D, and this one is just launched a couple months ago, and I think the 100D is the most interesting specs among, I don't know, 5 or 6 specs that they have. This racket has 100 square inches head size, so it's so not my type of racket, but it has an 18 by 19 string pattern, which is so interesting, and it's actually my favorite string pattern because you can get more control with this pattern on the 100 head size. The beam is 23mm, which is a bit too thick. I just hope that it comes with 22mm or below. But anyway, this racket is somewhat like a Whiteout 1820. What I mean is that it gives you everything. For me, coming from the blade, I don't need any adjustment to play with this racket at all. Actually, with the Whiteout 1820 as well, I forgot to say, like I can pick it up and play even better. It gives plenty of controllable power. Spin is good, but what I like about this racket in particular is the pop. Like, I can hit my backhand through the ball so good. Like, it's really easy to pop on every shot that I hit, even though I'm not that accurate, as you know. And because of that, my backhand becomes very reliable and consistent. I would say it's even better than my forehand with this racket. I made way less errors on my backhand compared to when I was playing with other rackets. And another thing that is so special about this racket is the depth that you can get. I feel like every single ball that I hit will go toward almost the baseline of the opposite side, and it's very consistent. I can do this on every ball. And to be honest, I have never played with any rackets that give such consistent deep ball like this. On the top of my head, probably the T-Fight family, T-Fight 305 or 315 that give me consistent deep ball. But I think the Percept 100D is deeper. Other than that, on other shots, I don't see any issues with this racket. Serve totally above average. Backhand slice, no problem. Net game, no problem. And now comes to what I don't like. Basically, I want it to be thinner and whippier. I think 23mm is a bit slow, but still acceptable though. Another thing is the same problem with the Whiteout 1820, because it gives such deep ball. When the string loses tension, those deep ball will go long instead. But I think string on this racket loses tension the same way as many other rackets, not faster like the Whiteout 18 by 20. Okay, the last one is the Head Gravity Pro, and this is a racket that makes me really understand what plush and plow actually mean. Seeing from the spec, an 18 by 20 string pattern on a 100 square inch head, well, totally not my type of racket, but it has a very thin beam of 20mm, so let's give it a try. And I would say the first time that I tried it, I was like, wow, what the heck is this? It is so soft and pocketed, and it has a lot of plow. Like, I only need a half backswing and then bam, the ball goes fast and heavy in a laser beam trajectory. The feel is so good, so connected to the ball, and it's soft but stable at the same time. Okay, what I like about this racket is that it has 100 square inch, but with a very thin beam, so you don't really feel like it's 100. The sweet spot is so generous. I said the Percept 100D is good at pop, right? Well, the Gravity Pro is a master of all pop. It literally pop on every shot that I hit because of large sweet spot. And if you put a thinner gauge string on this racket, woof! I don't know how to describe it. It is so satisfying. And this is the racket that I consider best for my two-handed backhand, hands down. I said this before in the review video of this Gravity Pro, and now I maintain my view on this matter. Two more things that I think this racket is so special at is the backhand slice. I think this is probably one of the best racket for slice. I will put it in the top 3 for sure. It's stable and really good at punch. So on the backhand slice, I just need to like cut and push it a bit, and then it goes deep and low. And I don't really miss on this racket. And another thing is that the service return is probably one of the best out there. I have to give it. It has plow and I can just block the ball super deep. What I don't like about this racket, first, it's very demanding with this 315 grams static weight. And secondly, it takes a lot of effort on the serve, first and second. And third, and probably the most important one, is that it's not very spin friendly. The racket has low launch angle and I don't think it's made for topspin that much. It feels weird, to be honest. Like the pocketing get lost when you brush the ball and the ball kind of skid and jump off before it is supposed to do. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.